Hey everyone, welcome to Live with DJ Rossstar. Today is Monday. It's June 15th, 2026. On today's show, I'm going to talk to the band All Hype. If you have questions for All Hype, you can put them in the chat below. The show is live every week, twice a week, but the days and times change. So make sure you follow me on Instagram to find out who's going to be on the show next. And tomorrow, Tuesday, the 16th of June, I'm going to have Hummus Vacuum on the show. Also, this is something else you should know. If you have a band, or you just really love a band, and you want to submit them for the show, just send me a DM. I listen to every submission I get, and if I think it's a good fit for the show, I will have you on. It's that easy. Also, once this live show is over, you can go back on my page and watch my old interviews that I've been doing on here with bands like Less Than Jake, Ballyhoo, and Hit the Lights. Or you can jump on YouTube, look up DJ Rossstar, and find interviews I've done over the last 20 plus years. We've got Pierce the Veil on there, Green Day, and a lot more. But it's now 5 o'clock Central Time, so we're going to invite All Hype into the chat, and then we're going to get the show started. So if you have questions, once again, put them in the chat below. This is why I do a live show, because I want you involved. So don't hold back. If there's anything you want to know, now is your chance to ask. So we're waiting for the group. And while we wait, I just want to thank you for watching. I've been doing this every week, twice a week since last June on Instagram Live. So it's been about a year, but I've been doing interviews for over 20 years, like I said. So, and I still love doing it. All Hype are here, waiting for them to request to go live, and we will get the interview started. So, waiting on you, and I'm hanging out here in Austin, Texas. It's pretty hot out, but I think I can last 20 minutes in the heat. So, let's get it going. And yeah, it'll be fun. We're going to find out what they have coming up. I know there's a bunch of shows and some new music. So, All Hype. Click on the button that says Send Request to Go Live with DJ Rossstar, and we will go live. It's that easy. And yeah, so if you are watching anywhere in the world, I appreciate it. And let us know where you're watching from. I'm always curious to find out who's in the chat. Every show is different. And then some shows people come back and watch, and I really appreciate that as well. All Hype. Anything going on? I can't figure out. Let's see if I can invite. Okay, there it is. Here we go. Hey
All
there.
right, I think I'm in.
I see you, so I think we are good to go. Hello.
Hell yeah. What's going on, my guy?
Introduce yourself.
I'm Mike Stryker from All Hype. I'm the lead singer of the band. You guys are hanging out with us in the studio right now. This is very much the aftermath of us coming back from tour and haven't really gotten a chance to get everything all situated, but it's all good. You know how it is. So
I don't think you need to get situated because you're going to go on tour again in like 3 weeks.
I know. It's kind of crazy too. Here, let me try to put this like better lighting and shit. Oh my goodness. It's been a bit dark. There it is. Okay,
Take
there
your
we go.
time.
We got some
The
light.
best possible lighting. Okay. Here
No,
we go.
we're good. Hey, hell yeah. Oh man, yeah, dude, it's been awesome. It's a little weird being back home. I imagine you've seen all the things that have been going on with us over on the internet from our tour with Pallets. Grateful to them to have us on that tour, and let alone having Summer Stars and of course Worse for Wear, good friends of ours, jump out on that tour, and just the whole time was awesome. Regardless of all the chaos, it just keep it rolling.
Now I want to check something. Ben says Rossstar sounds a bit muffled. Do I still sound muffled? I want to make sure that I
I mean,
sound
you
good.
sound good in my ears.
Every time I do this, something seems to go wrong. But yeah, so one time I had a guest on and we could hear each other, but nobody else could hear it. Another
Okay.
time Instagram kept shutting off the interview every 10 minutes. So
Boo.
you never know with Instagram. So Ben Woodkins, let me know if I sound better. I don't want to continue on if we're gonna
Double
have to
check us.
do
Double
a
check us.
restart, do like a restart or something.
Keep us humble.
Yes, but anyway, while we wait to see what the story is with that, okay, maybe it's a problem on my end. Well, we're not going to be able to figure that out. We'll have to ask somebody else if anyone comes in. Anyway, ignoring that, yes, so you are going back out. I believe it starts in July, maybe July 23rd.
Yeah, July 23rd. Yeah, if my schedule in my head is correct, we're going to be hanging out with the boys in Millington. They just played Warped Tour yesterday, and that show was super sick. I kept texting the boys. I was like, dude, fucking Y'all deserve this. This is awesome.
So you
So
were
yeah.
you were there. You went to Warped Tour yesterday in DC.
No, I wish I was. No,
Oh,
I was working. I've been on the clock since I got back in the town. Yeah, it's been nonstop working and keeping ourselves busy. Yeah, I finally have gotten our whole van situation settled and everything. So, we're kind of just going through the motions at the moment until we go on tour.
and Millington. That's it's not like a huge name yet, but I feel like in the ska world it is. So this is a
Oh,
good tour.
they're huge in our
It's a
worlds.
good
Yeah.
tour for you to be on. I'd say they're like the fifth wave of ska because the Interrupters were the fourth wave, but there was no one else like at the same time. So this is like the fifth wave now.
Well, especially us boys, Don Malika and I, when we first started out on the band, we're all originally from Hawaii, and like that whole
Wow.
world has just always been like very close to home because we were the pop punk kids playing with reggae dudes and hardcore kids and anybody else in between, and we were just like, oh, okay, well, I guess we'll try this thing called pop punk, and everybody
Yeah.
liked it, and here we are years later, still kicking it, making it happen.
There's one pop punk band from Hawaii that I used to listen to a lot in the late '90s and early 2000s. They're called Zoinks. Have you heard of them?
No, but I definitely need to hear this.
You have
What?
to.
That's
They
super
are they
sick.
are really really good. They have a couple records, and I think they just got back together and playing mostly in Hawaii and Vegas. So we got to check that out
Okay.
after the interview.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Zoinks. I like it.
So where do you live now?
So we're in Portland, Oregon. We moved here, yeah, about I'd say 7-ish years ago, 8 years ago now. And yeah, we've been here ever since. And this place has, become our home. And then, going back home to Hawaii every single year, it feels like we've always been connected with the scene. So especially with the internet and everything now, we can just reach out to people like as if they're right next door or whatever. So
And there's a band I really like from Portland who did this show called Die Right. Have you heard of them?
I have not actually.
So
I live under a rock. I'm so
I'm giving you
sorry.
homework to do after this. They're more like pop
Please.
rock, but you like them also.
Hell yeah. Very
By
sick.
the way, we now have AMSA Rocks and someone else in the room. Let me know if we sound okay. Do we sound muffled?
Double
Are the
check,
vocals clear?
boys. Double
And we
check.
got some new people in here. Who else is on the tour with Millington? I believe there was another name that you said that I was familiar
Yeah,
with.
Matzagram. I only recently found out about them just, through the internet and how social media and everything is nowadays. It's cool to, out of nowhere just find a band that everybody connects with and, just doing the social media thing. It's awesome. It's awesome to see.
And where are you going? Any place new? Any new cities, or have you been everywhere at
Um,
this point?
God, if I like just on the top of my head, it's all relatively the same stuff. I believe we're doing a different spot in San Diego. We've played like 3, 4 different locations in San Diego, and there's always a great spot. It's always a great space for us too. It feels honestly, it feels like Hawaii every single time we go down there. Um, and yeah, I want to say almost all the spaces, like all definitely newer rooms for sure, which is really cool. But we've been touring for past couple of years, and it just keeps going up and up and up, and we just keep finding friends and fans that'll come out for each show, and I'll like recognize a face. I'm like, wait a second, I saw you last time. Like,
That's
so
awesome.
so it's cool to see that.
And I
I
like that.
believe,
I have
yeah.
to say, I like that you're actually on tour because a lot of bands I talk to, they just don't really tour at all. They just play shows on the weekends when they can. And everybody has a different life, but I
You
think it's
know,
cool you're just getting in the van and doing it.
well, especially we call ourselves show sluts. We want to play all the time,
Yeah.
anytime, and it's always hard, especially because like we've been doing it for a while, and we've pretty much made a big name for ourselves in Portland from everything from all the shows that we've done to now, being Ernie Ball Battle of the Bands winners. That's still insane to me. Like, doesn't feel like real at all. But just representing the PNW is pretty sick. Let alone the West Coast is really cool, and we just want to keep playing. And a lot of times it's easier just to book a show here, book a show there, jump on a tour, go back home and write, just keep ourselves busy because it's like if I have idle hands, then I just don't know what to do with myself.
Do you ever feel like you don't want to make pop punk music anymore, but you have to? Like, are you at the point where you'd like to do something else?
No, not at all. I think just the fun part about it is that the boys and I talk about it all the time. It's like the best part about all hype is that we don't have to pigeonhole ourselves into a corner. Like we're always going to have that pop punk feel and that sound. But now that we have two new members, Alex and Justin, phenomenal bassist and just an absolute killer guitarist to, blend with Alika is just like, it's, the entire tour, I was just like, dude, we're a five piece. This is really weird.
Yeah. Well,
But
now you're a real pop punk fan.
now we're a real pop punk band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause we were
Like all the
always,
like all the greats.
yeah, like we always intended to be a five piece. And, when we started out with like four and then we went back into three during COVID, it just became a whole blend of things and trying to figure things out and get people to be in the same mindset. And, for us to get a 2-for-1 and have Alex and Justin, their band Downpour, of course, is another really good band as well, too. And it's cool to see just like the culmination of what we've been putting together in the PNW together as well. It's pretty awesome. It's still, like I said, very surreal. I wake up every day like, there's no way I'm doing this. This is like insane.
Yeah, and you go and you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Well, good for you. I'm happy that you're having fun at least, and it's not like a drag and you're saying, why is nothing happening to us? Seems like it's going
Not
up.
at all. Not at all, man. Not at all. Yeah.
And you put out a new song on the 12th, which is great.
We did. Yeah, we did. So we intended to drop that while we were on tour anyway. And then, of course, all the other things happened on top of it. For those who don't know, as they're watching this, so we got sideswiped while we were in Arizona from a semi truck, and basically we're okay, we're alive. Everyone's always asking me like how I'm doing. It's like I'm not dead, so that's one. And two, it's I'm finally, after almost like now it's been like a couple of weeks of just being on the phone with insurance, and the boys and I decided that we were gonna just do a GoFundMe that day, and we literally had all of our fans and friends have our back the whole way, and we made it all the way back home with the rest of the tour. Didn't cancel any shows. I said, fuck that shit. We were just, let's go. Keep it moving.
Are you afraid of driving now or not really?
No, I think I don't know if I have any PTSD just yet. I've dealt with crazier things in my life, but at the same time too, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things where a lot of times life throws you a curveball, and it takes, the opportunity of being like, do I make this an opportunity, or do I sit, moan, and pout about it? And I'm like, no. Yeah.
I think Travis Barker didn't go on an airplane for 13 years, was it?
I mean, that stuff makes sense for sure. I mean, I think with the plane and stuff too, it's like, that stuff is really scary because it's like, it's a lot more. Like, luckily it was just like a hit, skid. Okay, we're still stationary. Like, everybody get the hell out of the van. But like, long story short, it just is one of those things where I think it kind of melded us together. It really gave us the opportunity to be like, oh, okay, we're alive and we're doing this thing. Okay, sick. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
The universe is telling me. So
are you going to be doing anything different for this upcoming tour? I mean, besides playing the new song or songs?
I don't know. Yeah. Well, so we actually, we tested out Marble while we were on tour, and of course it all got really good response and everything. We're playing around with a couple different things. We're not completely sure. We're actually meeting up tonight to talk shop, and we just kind of gave ourselves a little bit of time to rest and recover and get back to the routine.
Yeah.
And I've just been nonstop working, talking to insurance companies and all sorts of crap. And
do you work like in an office, or people can come see you like out at the store if they want to?
No, I'm a boxing coach. So if you guys want to learn how to throw hands, come work with your boy. Yeah.
That's cool. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been doing that for a while, and it's actually been nice to like get back into a routine of doing that. And then of course I've got like, other side gigs that keep me busy as well too.
Yeah. I like you're a pop punk kid that could defend himself.
I mean, when you live in the mosh pit, you kind of have to grow up and learn how to defend yourself for sure. So.
Yeah, there are mosh pits at all hype shows.
Always. Yeah, if it's not a circle pit, it's a mosh pit. If somebody wants to stage dive, do what you want. I mean, I always tell people, it's like, there's only two rules at an all hype show. One is everyone's family, and then two, don't fuck up rule number one, and that's it. Like, it's
a great name. Did you come up with it, or who came up with the name?
So I guess I guess the story is I wanted to name the band Misadventures. That's why our first EP was called
That's a
Misadventures.
cool name also. Yeah.
Yeah, and the rule we always have is like you got to have the copyright for it because the last thing you want to deal with is like to like blow up and then you get yourself into like a good position and then now you have to change your name. Like
Yeah.
I attribute that to there's this band called Super Sometimes. They originally called New Aesthetic, and I've been listening to a little bit of them for a while, and then out of nowhere they just blew up, did the whole social media thing, and then they had to change their name, and I was just like, man, I'm so glad that I double checked their copyright because
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Blink changed their name also, but that was before they were big. So.
Right, exactly. So there's like you can go down the list of all that stuff. So it's like when we talked about it, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna double check to see if we have the copyright for it.
Yeah.
Some band in Australia had it, and I was like, all right, well, I guess we'll go back to the drawing board and figure it out. And I had some rants that we were all just like drinking like the night before, and I was like, yeah, man, the the music scene is just all hype, no matter what it is. It could be bad, good, whatever. It's just about hype factor.
Yeah.
And that instantly just like clicked in my head. I was like, all right, well, let's just roll with that name and see what happens.
I mean, it's good to have hype though.
Yeah, and 100%. Because then that way, if you say, oh, they're all hype, I can say that in a negative or a positive connotation, but you have to come out to a show to find out.
This is true. Now that I think about it. Hey,
So,
Hawkett Media is in the chat. They say howdy.
yo, what's up?
Cool guy did an interview with me. Good to see you in here. How many songs are you going to be able to do on this upcoming tour with Millington since you're open?
I think we've got like a 25-minute set. I mean, we're pretty rapid fire. We follow kind of more of like the Descendants way of doing things, like just play a song, one, two, three, four, go right into the next song. Just
Yeah.
keep the ball rolling, especially being like an opener or like touring support or whatever it is. I think the main thing for us is like just to put as many songs in front of people's faces and just keep the energy flowing because, a lot of times bands are always like they'll play a song and then they'll tune and they'll play a song and then they'll tune. And they'll
Yep.
play a song, they'll talk shit, and then they'll like go back into it or whatever. But
You don't want any dead air.
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, you just want to make sure that everybody knows that like when you're at an all hype show, you're gonna have fun and it's nonstop.
You point out the one person if they're not having fun, if they're standing there like that with their arms folded.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, but then I always see them like bob their head and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just like a wallflower like me, man. It's yeah, that's the funny part about being a lead singer in this band is I love to be a wallflower, but if I want to go sit in the pit and just fucking make shit happen, then I'll go and do that. But it's always like between the two.
And now every night after you play, you're going to be skanking it up to Millington.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's gonna be really cool to see them every single night because like I love mixed bills, and I've been saying this for quite some time that the more bands put together shows with other bands that are outside of their realm, let alone like we just played with Millionaires and Rung in March, April, something like
Yeah.
that.
Give me
And
that.
those shows were so cool. Those shows were so cool, and like they're super sweet people. Their whole fan base was super like, not expecting us to be on stage, but then they just vibed out and had a great time. And then next thing you know, like we had friends of ours that came out to our shows and fans and stuff, and they're like, dude, I am in the wrong place right now. I was like, no, dude, this is what happens when you blend things together.
No, I mean, that's what Warped Tour does and used to do also, of course.
Exactly.
You don't want to just have five pop punk bands in a row. It gets boring.
No, 100%. I know it's a mouthful.
Pop punk band. Yeah, exactly. Millionaires have been doing it a long time. I know it's like not this original lineup, but they used to do interviews with me back in the late 2000s, so it's cool they're still doing their thing.
Yeah, dude. No, 100%.
Anyway, we got a couple more minutes before I melt out here. I'm here in Austin, Texas, so it's like 150 every day.
I can only imagine.
Chat. Also, we're live, but a lot of people are going to watch the replay. So, hi if you're watching the replay. I am on every week, twice a week. Tomorrow, Hummus Vacuum will be here. Great name.
Nice.
Yeah. So, will you release anything else before next month, or is this it? You're going more?
Well, so we have a couple different options of things. We are an unsigned band at the moment, and we're always lived up to like that DIY status, but especially now that we're getting into bigger rooms and different blends, we having more conversations with it, which has been really cool. I just think the biggest thing with like what we want to do is we just want to represent our community the best way possible.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest thing too for me is like when we put out 3D, it was like during a time where nobody was really doing anything. And then, things were starting to come back out. And now that's almost like 2, 3 years ago now. And, that it's had been time for us to put out new music. That's why we decided when we dropped Sunshine back last year, we just were like, hey, we just have this in our back pocket. Let's just drop it and see how people react to it. And it's, got, way better, like response than I ever anticipated, because I wasn't sure if we go a bit heavier or if we play a little bit more melodically. It's like it still has, yeah, like what's gonna happen, right? So yeah, so I regardless, I'm just like I just want to just kind of play around with different ideas and see what's up. We have an idea for the next record. It's more of just like, all right, what do we want to commit to? And like, do we want to do 8 songs? Do we want to do 12 songs? Do we want to do an EP? What do we want to do? And it's more in the fact of like the realm of, okay, are these songs ready? Because the only way that we write is it's got to be a banger, that's for sure. And if it's not a banger, it's not cooked all the way, I'm not going to put it out on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So let's see, All Hype and Stay Out show. Stay Out did the show a few weeks ago. They're awesome.
Yo,
Stay Out from San Francisco?
I think I've heard of you guys. Yeah, I think I've heard of you guys. There's so many bands that are stuck in my head, especially while we were on tour. Like, there's so many bands that are starting to like, bless you.
I don't think I've ever sneezed in my life doing this, but I don't think ever the first time. Wow.
It's probably the cedar and everything in Austin.
So you have a list now. As soon as we get off here, you have to listen to Stay Out, to Die Right, and to Zoinks.
Zoinks, yes.
Zoinks is like
Zoinks
very
is gonna stay in my head.
Zoinks is like very Green Day-ish, like old school Green Day. I think you like it.
I like that.
Anyway, anything else you want to tell them before we go? Where can we check out the link tree and everything?
Yeah, you guys can check our stuff out at All Hype Band here on Instagram. The link tree is, of course, connected right there. We'll be on tour with Millington in July, and then we've got a couple more really cool shows that we get to announce later this year. We're also going to be playing with, we just announced, we're playing with Good Terms when they come through for their second tour that they're coming through, and that's gonna be a super stacked lineup. So if you're in Portland, obviously show up. It's gonna be a really cool summer, and I'm very excited for the rest of what we got in store for sure.
I can't wait to hear about it, and thank you, Grant, for saying amazing interviews as usual. All hyper rules.
Thanks, man.
So before we go, I want to thank you, and if you do make it here to Austin, let me know and let's meet up, bro.
It's when we make it to Austin. I've got family down there, so
just
yeah.
Drive down and make it right, and I'm here.
Hey, that's what's up. Awesome.
All right, man. Good talking. Have a good night.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.